Tiffany Trump, once known for her party girl style, has gone full socialite. Her heavy makeup and trendy outfits have given way to a softer, more polished look, but her impossibly full lips are once again making headlines. Tiffany Trump has been battling plastic surgery rumors for years, and an Instagram drop from August 2025 isn't doing her any favors. The post had it all: stunning scenery, vacation-ready looks, and husband Michael Boulos by her side. But let's be real, her apparent lip filler overload stole the show. In May, Tiffany and Michael welcomed their first child, Alexander Trump Boulos. Pregnancy changes a person in countless ways, so a few shifts in her look months later aren't shocking. Still, in July, posing at the president's guest house in D.C., her face looked noticeably different, fueling talk she may have gone in for a major filler refresh after baby Alexander's arrival. And judging from her vacation snaps, it looks like the new lips are here to stay. Tiffany hasn't admitted to any cosmetic enhancements, but in 2024, the list spoke to plastic surgeon Dr. Dennis Schimpf, who says that she's definitely had a little help. And in 2020, Jennifer Lebo, a nurse practitioner in aesthetic dermatology, told Distractify that Tiffany's lips are no stranger to injections. It appears she has reduced her gummy smile with Botox, as well as lifting the top lip with a specific technique known as a lip flip. When used alone or in combination with fillers, Botox gives lips a subtle pout magnification by flipping out the lip line, rolling the lip gently outward, and giving the appearance of a fuller, sexier pout. Tiffany's evolving look is just one chapter in her larger transformation over the years. The media largely sided with Donald Trump's first wife, Ivana Trump, after the press revealed he was having an affair with TV personality Marla Maples. Later, their marriage and Tiffany's birth became tabloid fodder. The scandal had a big impact on Tiffany's life, though she was too young to know what was going on at the time. If it hadn't been for the scandal, her parents might never have married, something the president himself admitted in a 1994 interview with ABC Primetime Live.
A beautiful girlfriend, beautiful wife, beautiful everything. I mean, life was just a bowl of cherries.
In a 2004 interview with Howard Stern, Donald said that he wasn't exactly thrilled when his then-girlfriend became pregnant during their affair, and that Tiffany had not been planned. He told Stern, "I'm glad it happened. I have a great little daughter. But, at the time, it was like, excuse me, what happened? And then I said, well, what are we going to do about this?" Marla said, "Are you serious? It's the most beautiful day of our lives." I said, "Oh, great." Donald Trump and Marla Maples' marriage didn't start under the most ideal of circumstances, so it wasn't too surprising when the two separated after 4 years of marriage and divorced in 1999. Maples raised Tiffany as a single mother, and Tiffany said that she and her mom were always close. She told People magazine, "We were always together, driving me to school, carpooling, singing songs, dancing around, me making fun of her dance moves." Maples said she did most of the parenting, and added, "Her daddy is a good provider with education and such, but as far as time, it was just me. Her father wasn't able to be there with day-to-day skills as a parent. He loves his kids. There's no doubt, but everything was a bit of a negotiation." Maples chose to remain single so she could focus on raising her daughter, and she also made sure to cultivate a relationship between Tiffany and her father. She explained, "I just said it's important for her to form her own relationship with him, without my input. I wanted to create some consistency where she could see him." After the split, Maples moved herself and her young daughter across the country. Tiffany told People magazine, "She moved us out of New York to get out of the spotlight and let me grow up and find my own identity versus being in the shadow of a name or growing up very young with all that pressure. So she wanted me to have a chance to have a normal childhood, as normal as possible. I think that she did well in that." Of course, Tiffany was still a Trump, so her life was far from ordinary. While she wasn't in the spotlight as much as she would have been if she had grown up near her dad and siblings in New York, she still traveled in affluent circles in California where she rubbed shoulders with the rich and famous. Her mom was pals with Kris Jenner, and Tiffany went to a private school. She may have spent her early years out of the limelight, but Tiffany is a household name these days, and not just because of her dad. She's transformed into something of a social media maven. Could the future see Tiffany emerge as the next big pop sensation? She released the single Like a Bird in 2011, when she was just 17 years old. The song is pretty heavy on the autotune, so it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. A friend of the family told the New York Post that around the time the single dropped, Tiffany kept saying how she was going to be a pop star, but it seems her music career has been put on hold, perhaps because of the lukewarm reception the track received.
It's more of a hobby right now, but we'll see in a couple of years if I actually do want to take it to the next level as a professional level.
She went on to say that her priority at the time was, quote, focusing on school and getting into a good college. Since she grew up clear on the other side of the country, Tiffany didn't get a lot of daddy-daughter time growing up. The media has been quick to point out the fact that Donald Trump seems to talk about Ivanka Trump, his only other daughter, far more than he talks about Tiffany. There are also a lot of rumors that Tiffany's relationship with her dad is tense, but Tiffany swears he has always been in her corner. She told People, "He was always just the most funniest, loving father." For his part, Donald appears to be proud of his younger daughter. He told the New York Times, "Tiffany is a tremendous young woman with a big and beautiful heart. She was always a great student and a very popular person no matter where she went. I am incredibly proud of Tiffany and how well she has done."
Tiffany is great. I love Tiffany.
There's no question that Tiffany and her dad are close today. She may not have been as visible on the campaign trail as her sister Ivanka, but she did turn up at the 2016 RNC to give a speech in support of Dad Donald Trump's presidential bid. She had just graduated from the University of Pennsylvania a couple months earlier and was, in her words, new to the convention scene, but she still pulled off an impressive speech honoring her father. Tiffany talked about the qualities she thought would make her dad a good president, and also described what a great father he had been to her, saying, "He's always helped me be the best version of myself by encouragement and by example. He motivates me to work my hardest and to always stay true to who I am and what I believe. That's what he does. He draws out the talent and drive in people so that they can achieve their full potential."
That's a great quality to have in a father, and better yet, in the President of the United States.
Tiffany has exhibited an affinity for fashion and even explored it as a potential career with an internship at Vogue. Scoring an internship at the popular magazine is no easy feat. Fortunately, she had a famous figure helping her out, but it wasn't her dad. Ivanka was the one who helped Tiffany land the prestigious gig. According to the Daily Mail, the elder Trump daughter said her little sister worked hard at her job. She gushed, "She would go to work at 5:30 a.m. and even got to have lunch with Anna Wintour." Like so many other things in Tiffany's life, the details of her internship haven't been revealed, but it took place the summer she was 17, and her mother was thrilled about her daughter's opportunity. Maples told Broadway.com, "This is going to be a real adventure for her. I'm so excited for her." There have been a lot of models in the Trump family. All of Trump's wives, Ivana Trump, Marla Maples, and Melania Trump have been models. Ivanka Trump also modeled for a short time and was formerly signed to Elite Model Management. For a time, it looked like Tiffany might follow in the footsteps of her mom, stepmother, and older sister, but her stint on the catwalk was brief. Early in 2016, the then college student made her modeling debut during New York Fashion Week. Tiffany chose not to publicize the event, which may have been a sign that she was doing the show for fun and wasn't choosing to make a career out of it. Her modeling was, however, part of her official bio in 2016, where she was listed on the official Republican National Convention website as a fashion model, singer, and influential presence on social media.
I love fashion design. I'm gonna be working for a designer this summer, so I'm just open to learning things as I'm still growing and maturing.
Whether or not rumors of a rivalry between the Trump siblings are true, it looks like the girls are sticking together. They might not have grown up together, but that didn't stop Tiffany and Ivanka from developing a special bond. Tiffany has called Ivanka her best friend on Instagram, and Ivanka has always looked out for her little sis. Helping her land that internship at Vogue would have already given her super big sister status, but Ivanka has also gone to bat for Tiffany in the press and seems to be sincerely proud of the younger Trump daughter. She told the New York Times in 2016, "Tiffany has always been a very special person. Very confident, very driven, always the hardest worker, and not bashful about it. A lot of people are happy to get by without doing a lot of work, or work hard and pretend they don't. She is proud of her work." While Tiffany is publicly supportive of her dad, many people think that she might have some liberal leanings. In 2017, she showed up to President Donald Trump's inauguration with her then-boyfriend, a registered Democrat. While the two have since split up, Tiffany has appeared to quietly oppose some of her father's political stances. In 2018, Newsweek reported that she publicly celebrated LGBT Pride Month with her friends, despite the fact that her father has ignored observing the month throughout both his presidencies. According to Business Insider, the younger Trump daughter has also showed support for gun control, liking anti-gun posts on Instagram, including one anti-Republican picture of a man holding a sign that read, "Next massacre will be the GOP in the midterm elections." In February 2019, Tiffany again stirred up speculation about her political leanings when she wore white to the State of the Union address. One congressional said, "Most of the Democratic women of the House are dressed in head-to-toe white tonight in homage to the women's suffrage movement to spotlight issues like reproductive rights and equal pay." So, could Tiffany's white outfit have been a political statement? Tiffany has gone from living life under the radar to constantly being in the spotlight. Being a celebrity is going to come with significant criticism no matter who your dad is, but the negative comments are bound to be more intense when you're the daughter of a famous businessman who just so happens to also be president of the United States. While she knows that a lot of her dad's detractors also have some pretty mean things to say about her, she's avoiding the hostility as much as possible, and rather than letting it get her down, is focusing on her future. When things really get tough, Tiffany is able to turn to her mom for support and advice to deal with the haters. Maple spoke to CNN about the coping strategy she and her daughter use to deal with negative comments, saying, "You can't pay attention to it. Every now and then we'll see it and it's painful. We just have to talk each other through it and keep focused on what you're giving in the world. That's all you can focus on."